Yo, I wanted to share my story of kind of how I built my life from about making 35 cents a day from my phone. And kind of the journey of how I kind of got into finances and appreciating it a little more, and the final arc of where I'm kind of taking my money, which is stocks and trading. Unfortunately, I'm not super successful, nor am I rich or something. I'm still learning. I thought I would share the story. This all kind of started back in my senior year of high school, which is about 9 years ago. It's kind of insane to think about. It almost feels like yesterday. I was meeting my friend up for lunch as usual, and we were heading to Taco Bell, I think. We were just talking about something random, and then my friend decided to mention that his teacher was making money from his phone, which really piqued my interest because it was kind of unheard of to make money, especially from your phone or online back then. Um, and it was at the GTI, which is the Granite Technical Institute, which is an off campus class. I had networking, and my friend had 3D animation. I sloughed the class a lot, so I failed the class, but I learned something super useful as a trade off. But I remember my I remember my friend's teacher telling me and showing me an app called Per Pop Quiz, which is a basically a quiz app where it prompts a question when you hit start, and then it would have like four multiple choice, and I think the timer was like 30 seconds or something, and then after every quiz or every question, it would play an ad, and then after every ad, you got paid perk points, I believe it was called, and then you could use that money or that currency to cash out for gift cards such as like Amazon, Target, all the big stores, and then there would be like prepaid visas as well as like PayPal cash. And I did it the first day I got home. I think I made about 35 cents, as I said. Um, and I did that for about a month. I didn't run the app all day. I wish I did, but my dad's kind of a penny pincher, which I'll probably talk about some other time. And we couldn't. He never leaves the internet on or like the power if no one's using it. And when people are sleeping or when I'm at school, no one's really using the internet, so he turns it off. But I was making about 35 cents a day, and about a month I saved up about like 25 bucks or something, and then I decided to buy another phone because why not buy another phone to make another 35 cents a day, and I pretty much double my income. And sure, making 35 cents or 70 cents a day isn't that big of a deal, but it was for me. I didn't want to work. I was a high school student. I didn't have to interact with anyone. All I had to do was just download the app, hit the play button, and then, ads would play, and then I got paid. What better thing can I ask for, right? Um, After about a couple months, I earned 50 bucks. I also spent the money on like other stuff, but I saved up another 50 bucks, bought two more phones. I doubled my income again. I was making about $1.70 a day, which isn't a lot, like I said, but it was for me. Um, and then eventually, I think a couple months later, I started getting more into doing it. And all this is called beer money, which is short for, wasting your money on beer or non-essentials, is where the term kind of comes from. But I discovered like Swagbucks and a bunch of like other kind of well-known beer sites or platforms, if anyone has done beer money before. And I started earning a decent amount. I was earning like maybe $6 a day for doing almost nothing because there were just better videos on Swagbucks and like other sites where you could literally just hit the play button and it would just play the ads, and then you got paid the points, and then you would cash out eventually. Um, but throughout the whole 9 years, ever since I started, maybe about after the first year, I've been paying for everything like groceries and eating out, or like headsets or gaming mice or keyboards, or even my computer today is all paid for by beer money. And the great thing about beer money, for me at least, is that I don't ever have to interact with anyone. I don't have to, drive my car around to deliver groceries or food or anything. I could do it at the comfort of my home. And sure, you're not earning a lot, but it's a pretty good trade off for me. But all this kind of just taught me how to save money and then reinvest and all that fun financial stuff. Um, but I eventually got my first job at the age of 20. I was working at a grocery store, and I remember people talking about trading stocks and investing, and obviously you're not making a ton of money from beer money. But after about maybe 3 months or 2.5 months of working at the grocery store, saved up my first $3,000. I dumped that into Robinhood, and I started to learn how to trade by myself, which is not a great idea because I was losing thousands of dollars every week or so, and I was making the money back. Then I would lose the money again, and the cycle kind of happened for like 4 or 5 times before I kind of got the hang of um, getting more profits on average than my losses and stuff. And I'm still learning today. I still make a lot of mistakes and all that, but I'm in a better spot than I used to. I don't plan on teaching how to trade. I've got a lot of bad habits. A lot of my trades come from gut instinct, and they tend to be right. So there's probably some weight to that. Um, but I wanted to share the story mainly because I do have a second channel, and I plan to do reviews of beer money stuff and sites on that channel, teaching people how to earn on the sites and showing that the sites are legit and all that. And they'll all have their payment proofs and stuff just to show that they're legit. And I will also have a blog talking about each one of these apps that I review. And I should be doing them about every week or so. I haven't started yet, but I will soon. But I'm hoping that is a great outlet for other people who don't want to really do, I don't know, DoorDash or Grubhub, or are just more introverted, kind of like me, and want to make money from their phone. Because all you really need is literally your phone and a PC or something. And I assume that if anyone is watching the videos or consuming the content, they're probably doing it on a device that can earn money. For me, I don't use my phone a lot sometimes, or sometimes I'm not even using my computer. And why not make money from that? Why not monetize something that isn't being used? And that's kind of the mindset that I had for doing beer money, and I still do that today. And I'm hoping to show people that you can really start from zero. Now, even though I'm not teaching how to trade, I will do monthly updates of my accounts from a month-to-month basis. I'll probably do it in like the end of the month, even if I'm down a lot or I'm up a lot. The goal is just to show people that you can really take a small amount and really take that somewhere. I'm also going to do investing to show that you also don't really need a lot of money to start investing as well, which will also be done on a monthly basis on my Instagram if anyone wants to follow that. But yeah, I hope all this content helps people, and hopefully I'll start doing this super soon. But yeah, take care of yourselves.